Have you ever wondered how much America can change in just a few decades? Today we're comparing two Lincoln cents separated by 37 years of history. One was born during the early days of the Cold War, while the other entered circulation when computers and video games were becoming part of everyday life. In my hand, I have two pennies that may look similar at first glance, but their stories couldn't be more different. The first coin is a 1951 Lincoln wheat penny. The second coin is a 1988 Lincoln Memorial Cent. Both feature Abraham Lincoln on the front. Both carry the famous motto, "In God We Trust." Both were used by millions of Americans. But one of these coins witnessed America during the presidency of Harry Truman, while the other circulated during the era of Ronald Reagan and George H.W. Bush. Take a close look at the front of these coins. On both coins, Lincoln faces toward the right. The word liberty appears to the left. The date appears to the right. At first glance, they seem almost identical. Yet these two pennies represent completely different generations of Americans. One could have been used to buy candy for a few cents in the 1950s. The other may have traveled through arcades, shopping malls, and gas stations during the late 1980s. Today we're going to discover which coin has the better history, stronger collector demand, and potentially the greater value. And make sure you stay until the end because one of these pennies belongs to one of the most collected coin series in American history. Let's begin with the older coin, the beautiful 1951 wheat penny. When this coin was minted, America was experiencing a remarkable period of growth. World War II had ended only a few years earlier. The nation was expanding rapidly. New homes were being built. Television sets were becoming common in living rooms. And families were beginning to enjoy a new era of prosperity. Now let's take a closer look at the front of the coin. Abraham Lincoln's portrait stands proudly in the center. Above his head appears the phrase, "In God we trust." To the left is liberty, to the right is the date 1951. Every detail on this coin connects us to a very different America. Imagine this penny passing through the hands of workers, soldiers returning home, school children, and shop owners. Perhaps it paid for a newspaper. Maybe it helped buy a bottle of soda. Nobody handling this coin in 1951 could have imagined that collectors would still be searching for these pieces decades later. Now let's turn to the reverse side. This is where the coin receives its famous nickname. Two wheat stalks frame the design. Between them appear the words 1 cent. Above is United States of America. At the top is EPLURIBUS. The wheat penny design first appeared in 1909 and remained in circulation until 1958 because of its long history and classic appearance. Many collectors consider it one of America's most iconic coin designs. Even today, finding a wheat penny in circulation creates excitement among collectors. The 1951 issue may not be the rarest wheat penny, but it remains an important piece of the series. Many collectors keep every wheat penny they find regardless of condition, and high-grade examples can become especially desirable. The rich copper color, the historic design, and the connection to post-war America all contribute to its popularity. Let's move ahead nearly 4 decades. Our second coin is the 1988 Lincoln cent. Although Lincoln still appears on the front, America had changed dramatically. The world was becoming increasingly connected. Technology was advancing rapidly. Video games were popular. Personal computers were entering homes and schools. The Cold War was approaching its final chapter. Looking at the front of the coin, the familiar Lincoln portrait remains. The words "In God We Trust" appear above. Liberty is positioned on the left. The date 1988 appears on the right. While the design seems familiar, the composition of the coin is very different from the older wheat penny. Unlike the 1951 coin, the 1988 cent contains a zinc core covered by a thin layer of copper. This change was made because copper prices had risen significantly. The government needed a more economical way to produce pennies. Now let's flip the coin over. Instead of wheat ears, we see the Lincoln Memorial. This reverse design was introduced in 1959 for many Americans. This became the penny they grew up with. Millions of children collected Lincoln Memorial cents from pocket change. One fascinating detail is that if you look closely, you can actually see a tiny image of Lincoln sitting inside the memorial. That's one reason many collectors enjoy this design. The 1988 cent may not seem old to some people, but more than 3 decades have already passed since it was produced. As time moves forward, coins like this become increasingly interesting historical artifacts. They tell the story of late 20th century America and the changing technology behind coin production. It's time to place these two pennies side by side. Which coin tells the better story? The 1951 wheat penny represents classic American coinage. Its wheat reverse, bronze composition, and connection to post-war America give it a unique charm. The 1988 Lincoln Memorial cent represents a more modern era. It reflects technological change, new manufacturing methods, and the final years before the internet age transformed society. When it comes to collector popularity, the wheat penny usually has the advantage. Collectors love the wheat ears design and the long history behind the series. When it comes to nostalgia, the answer depends on your generation. Some remember wheat pennies from older family collections. Others remember finding Lincoln Memorial cents in everyday pocket change. Both coins deserve a place in a collection because each represents a different chapter of American history. One shows where America came from. The other shows where America was heading. Which coin would you choose? The historic 1951 wheat penny or the modern 1988 Lincoln Memorial cent? Tell me your choice in the comments below. And if you enjoy coin comparisons, hidden coin values, and American coin history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thank you for watching USA Vintage Coins, and I'll see you in the next comparison.